Ports of Auckland. That indeed is the mess that many people thought it was. A report ordered after 2 port workers died. A swimmer was killed by a boatie in the last 3 years. That report found there were systemic problems with health and safety, potential underreporting of incidents, workers worried about a backlash if they spoke out, and profit over safety mentality. Now, the Minister for Workplace Relations and Safety, Michael Wood, is with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
How much of this business at the port is your issue versus the owners, in other words, the council?
Well, look, ultimately the owners have responsibility for the port, and they appointed a board to oversee the management. Where I have responsibility is that I oversee WorkSafe, or our health and safety regulator. They've been actively engaged in these issues. They've already taken Ports of Auckland to court and successfully prosecuted them over one of the fatalities, and they're currently in the courts prosecuting them over another, and they continue to work proactively with the ports to try and deal with some of these issues.
So when it comes to work safety, then, how bad is Auckland in your experience as compared with any other port in the country?
Well, look, the Ports of Auckland is the port we're talking about at the moment because there's been an independent health and safety report from Construction Health and Safety New Zealand. They've had multiple fatalities in recent years, and this report, on a totally independent basis, tells us that there are issues in terms of the port putting profitability and productivity before human life and a dysfunctional health and safety culture. I haven't seen evidence of that kind about any other port in New Zealand.
Why doesn't anybody lose their job over this?
Well, look, ultimately that is going to have to be a question for the board who oversee the management of Ports of Auckland. I've gone on record and made the comment yesterday that if we don't see management and the board taking on board the recommendations of this report, showing willingness and ability to implement its recommendations, then I don't think they should stay.
Are they between a rock and a hard place to the extent that the profit aspect in the report suggests over, staff and safety, but you want the port profitable and they've suffered profitability-wise, therefore what are they supposed to do?
Well, look, every company has a fundamental job to try and turn over a profit for its owner, but most companies in New Zealand manage to do that while not compromising the health and safety and potentially the lives of their employees. I don't think that is beyond the ability of companies to deal with that. What this report reveals in particular, and the previous successful prosecution revealed, is that the specific productivity systems that had been put in place incentivised behaviours that were dangerous and in one case contributed, at least to some degree, to one of the fatalities at the port. I would say that's the point at which you've gone too far and you've incentivised productivity over health and safety. That cannot be sustainable. That cannot be accepted on any grounds. While
we've got you, put on another hat. Is it Light Rail Day today?
I will be making an announcement later on today about Light Rail, Mike. It's going to be an important city-shaping project for Auckland, and I'll have the details to announce a little bit later this afternoon.
Appreciate it, Michael Wood, the Transport and Workplace Relations and Safety Minister.
How much should I be spending? Where do I get started investing? Can money make me happy? To find out, join me, Frances Cook, on Cooking the Books, your personal finance podcast. Listen and follow now on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.